Alright, so I decided to do a documentary on Atkinson Christmas light display. Kind of show everybody what I did and how I did it and all the back ends of the display. So I'm going to go ahead and walk through and kind of show everything that's going on and how I wired everything and before I take them down, considering it is New Year's Eve. So tomorrow it'll all be done. And this is also for me to remind myself on what I did this year to put them up next year. So I'm going to go ahead and walk through this. As far as the wiring, we've got a breaker box here. I got it from a buddy of mine, Brent, at the gym. And we've got several plug-ins for the light display and a breaker box, which cuts the whole display on. We had a straight wire to the house. So that's actually how the whole display is powered. Michelle's pregnant while we were cutting this on, so I wanted to make it easier for her to cut on, so she come out here, flip the breakers, and we're good to go. Over here is the brain of the setup. We've got an Allen Bradley 1100 with a touchscreen on here. If you look behind the scenes here, if Michelle can get it off, you've actually got a main frame. It's the Allen Bradley, and you've got two connector boxes which actually run the display. If you see that, that is the arch that's running right there. I've got 32 channels on the arch and 4 channels actually on the snowflakes coming off the side of the house. So that makes 36 channels altogether. I got a whole bunch of dollar extension cords from Dollar General, straight wired them into the box. So that's how we actually got that wired up. I got this from my dad. He actually puts these in factories and stuff, so got lucky on that one. So that's the actual hardware. And as far as the screen, I had to do a manual program on all these. We had to enter them manually. This is Adam's Christmas light display there. I've got it on a 60-second loop, which when you program it, you have to do it about a 1/100th of a second. So it says 6,000 right there. You can do all on, or you can do all off. And of course you can run it, and it shows you where you're at in the program, which I plan on doing this to music next year. As you see right here, you've got the extension cords. Yes, that is 36 extension cords coming out of the box, running to different parts of the arch. And of course you got the arch running. Now on 16 channels, I've got 3,200 lights. On the other 16 channels, I've got 32, I've got 1,600 lights. So altogether you got 4,800 lights on the arch. One thing that we did when we were designing the arch is we set it up in the backyard to see how it would work while we did the programming on the box. And one thing we learned, when the arch is on, it actually, the heat heated up the PVC pipe and the arch actually imploded. So what I had to do is separate it. You've actually got 2 pieces of pipe here. Of course I got the 5-foot rebar in the ground, the PVC pipe on it. The one behind it stays cool. That's what the extension cords are run on. The one in front of it is the one that actually has the Christmas lights on it. And that actually keeps, the cool one keeps the front one supported, as you can see. Of course you got your basic twine all around the arch to keep it up. And here in Paulding County we actually had a bunch of wind last couple weeks. So we went ahead and twined the actual arch to the top of the garage just to kind of give it a little bit extra support. I don't want this thing falling down in the driveway. It's 4,800 lights altogether. We definitely don't want to mess that up. The other 4 channels on the box I've got programmed into these giant snowflakes. As you can see, they're coming down off the house in sequence. And what I did, I got these from an actual thrift store. They were used in one of the cities here in Paulding County on the telephone poles on Main Street. And it's the old rebarb. Now they replaced them with LEDs and the plastic snowflakes. So what I did, I pulled all the lights off of them, spray painted them, and replaced them with 400 lights per snowflake. So altogether you got 1,600 lights on the snowflakes. And I got these at a thrift store for $5 each. I love negotiating. Over here, these are the only LEDs I got on the whole display. It's 2 deers. And all I got to say is I got them on sale. Deers, LED, on sale. We got the icicles along the top, as you can see. Now granted, last year I had a boom truck come out. We did the tree over here, and we did top of the house. This year, I didn't do the boom truck. So I went ahead and got the snowflakes, which is the highest I could reach, to give the illusion that we've got the top of the house. In all actuality, I couldn't reach the top of the house. I built a platform to get the snowflakes up there. So needless to say, that was a risky move, but I got them as high as I could go. Over here, we've got the 3 angels. I bought these at a yard sale for $5, all 3 of them. I actually used the candles that we had in the windows last year. Took the ends off of them and stuck them in the same hands. All this is plywood. And I went ahead and straight wired them. They're plugged into the display. So everything comes on in sequence. Now, as far as the yard, I've had a box for a while now. It's the actual, it's a 6-channel box. Got it at Walmart a few years ago. And this is what gives off the music. And as you can see on the video on YouTube, all 20 strings run to the music, which I have them on constant burn right now. But this is 2,000 Christmas lights just on the grass. They're green. And the box is off the music. So it kind of gives that whole element when you pull through the cul-de-sac that you have the music going on, the Christmas display, and so on. And as you can see, it's a little bit daylight. So you can kind of see all the lights and the back end of everything. And the snowflakes. Something I added new this year was the Atkinson Christmas sign. What I did this time is took a piece of plywood, thin, and I drilled holes that are the exact same size as the Christmas lights. And what I did, I went ahead and pushed them through so it gives the illusion that it's actually a straight design here, but in all actuality, all it is Christmas lights. There's 300 red lights in the sign. And when you pull in, it looks really cool, actually. As you see the back end, you can see where I pushed every light. Now, granted, that was not fun. I couldn't use a pen for 2 days after pushing all those lights to that plywood. Last year, we used blue lights on the house. They faded. So I developed something called runway lights. Got me some PVC pipe from a buddy of mine at the gym. And I used the lights from last year on them just to have something to do with them. Now granted, they're like a faded blue, so it's almost like a greenish color looking. But all it is PVC pipe run along the driveway, as you can see. It's just something to use the extra lights. I spray painted it like a green color, so it's not that noticeable. So that's the whole back side of the Christmas light display. The newest addition here is the sleigh. As you can see, it's a full-blown sleigh. It's the real deal. I don't know why I'm going to put it on the off season, but I've got a sleigh. I went ahead and outlined it in the lights. We got it from our neighbors, Chuck and Mike. And they hooked us up with it. It was used in a lobby of a building downtown. And they decided to replace it, so we ended up getting it. So that is the back end of the Atkinson Christmas light display. And thank you for all my YouTube subscribers. And if you have any questions, just shoot me a message on YouTube.